Well, it might help if I turn my mic on. Welcome back to Mind Your Business. This evening, we will be joined by Leanne Koppel. She's a Christian business coach and a mom. Today, she will be talking to us about what it's like being a Christian woman in business that is coaching and also being a mom in business. So, thank you for being with us this evening and welcome, Miss Leanne Koppel. Okay, hang on, I'm bringing you on. There she is. Okay, hang on. There you are. Hello, welcome.
Hi,
How are you this evening?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I think you're an hour or two behind me. Are you?
An hour behind.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me this evening. And I'm really excited to hear about you and all the things you've got going on because I read your story and I was looking at your website and your business that you started. And just, it's very empowering when you meet other women, Christian business women, that are trying their best to make it in the world and to make a difference in the world the Christian way. And sometimes we don't always have the support or the encouragement that we need, and it can be discouraging. So I'm glad to know that there are other women out there that know what that feels like. So I'm glad that you're here today to share your experiences and just talk to a little bit about what it's been like for you breaking into the business, starting your own business, and being a Christian in business. So if you'd introduce yourself, go right ahead.
Yes. So again, I am Leanne Koppel, and I run multiple businesses. And like she asked, what's it like to start a business? Well, first, I never thought I'd be a business owner. Actually, I think it was mainly God's plan. He kind of just worked things out in my favor, I guess. But when I started, I actually started a company with my brother and my husband. We started a roofing company, and I just felt that the space I was in at that moment, it really wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. It wasn't the gift that God gave me to utilize. So I kind of ventured out and explored different things, and I fell into the marketing department for our business, and it really just flourished from there. I helped social media wise with events, and I have to be honest, at first, I think it's something that like kind of God put into my heart, and he really helped me to and guided me to get things done social media wise, because at first I really didn't know what I was doing. Now I've learned, and I've done conferences and have had mentors, so I've found my what I'm good at, and then I learned and expanded my knowledge in that space. So I really expanded our roofing company, and then that's what brought me into going into my own business. My husband and brother were like, everyone keeps asking for your help. Everyone needs your advice. Why don't you just start a marketing company? And at first I was like, no, I don't think so. And I prayed about it, and I asked for like a very specific sign. I asked to see a peacock, which was so weird. And I live in Texas. There's not really many peacocks out here. And I saw one. I didn't see a real one, but I saw one on TV. It just so happened to be that way. I paused something to just run to the bathroom, and it ended up being paused on a peacock. So that was like my sign. Okay, you need to go ahead and start your social media agency. And the main thing that I wanted to venture into with that was coaching and mentoring people in that space, because I know as business owners, is more profitable and better marketing when you do it yourself. So that's something that I really was interested in. But I also have learned through this process that a lot of business owners don't have the time to do it. They don't have the consistency to do marketing. So I ventured into starting those type of packages where I actually help those people as well. So it's been a very fun journey.
Well, you know what? This is too hilarious, but I do have to share this with you. About 20 years ago, when I met my husband, he and I were talking about businesses, and I always wanted to own my own business. And I told him one day I'm going to own my own business. It's going to be in retail because I loved retail and I just love selling and I just loved all of that. And I was like, I'm going to have my own store one day and I just need a name for it. And guess what our name was? The Pampered Peacock. The Pampered Peacock.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. It's so meant to be.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, when you said, because I'm like, most people don't even talk about peacocks, and it's hilarious because we went to Tennessee one year, and there were peacocks that you could actually buy that this man was farming. And my husband's like, you're not getting a peacock. There's nowhere for you to put that thing, and you can't have it flying around. But it's funny because since then, because I worked in retail for 15 years, and I never actually had my own store in retail. But when I finally realized that coaching is what I wanted to do, I have on the back burner something that I want to do later that is going to be the Pampered Peacock. So when you said that and you said you asked God for something very specific, it's funny how I came across you. So understand and know that when God does something, he does it intentionally. So us meeting is a divine intervention just to let us both know we're at that road to be where God has placed us. So God bless you on your journey. Yes, and I'm glad that you shared that.
It is true. And I literally, so I just got my first brick and mortar for my social media agency. And seriously, I was praying about it and I was like, is this a smart investment? Is this a smart move? Okay, God, just show me. Like, show me a sign. And I did the same thing. I asked for a peacock sign. And I was scrolling through Amazon, not looking for peacock or anything. And a sponsored ad came by. And it literally, I was just scrolling. And for some reason, I just like kind of stopped for a second. And it was paint, but the color of the paint was called peacock. And so it just was another, like, you know, just in my face sign, not for it, but I was like, okay, I got you, God, I got you. I know what I got to do now. I got to go get that office space right now.
And you did the right thing, because now I just feel like us even having this conversation and you sharing that and the peacock being significant is saying to you that, hey, you are where I want you to be. And also to me, because like I said, that was so many years ago. And it's actually one of my emails is thepamperedpeacock@gmail.com. And so it's just so funny.
Yes.
I just love how God just shows us these things and lets us know. And most of the time it's just between you and God. No one else knows what's going on, because I laugh when I see signs of things that I've asked them for, and people look at me like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, oh, you wouldn't understand. But so, yeah, tell me about being a Christian in business. Do you find that it's harder for you to approach people with what you are offering, or is it easier for you to attract the clients that you're looking for?
I actually am from Los Angeles and I'm from California. I mean, kind of the mentality out there is slightly different. California is or Texas, where I'm at now, is more welcoming to, you know, faith-based people, I guess you could say. So for growing up, it was actually a lot harder for me to talk about my faith and talk about, you know, be confident in talking about my faith. And I've learned as I have gotten older to just be 100% myself, to be transparent, to be who I'm supposed to be. And I completely and 100% believe that a lot of the things that have fallen into my lap and the things that have come across my way business-wise is because God has done it. It's unexplainable things. It's things that I didn't know have a ton of knowledge in at first. I learned it after the fact, but there's things that just have happened where it's unexplainable. And I know that that's God working in my life. And I know that I'm okay with working with certain people. I'm okay with being picky with my clients. Before it was, I want to accept whoever I can accept. I want whoever can be in my life, be in my life. But as I'm getting older and really learning about myself and who I am as a woman and a businesswoman in a male dominated industry, because it's roofing as well. And then one as a Christian business owner, I'm learning that the more true to myself I am, the more opportunities that come my way. And the more that I try to hide that, and the more that I try to hide my faith and who I am, the more that I hurt inside, the more that I hurt my business, because it doesn't spread as much as it could. So I just have found it's just been a blessing all the way around. It's just not something that I hide. It's okay, if my clients know that that's just the type of person I am. But I'm also not judgmental. I'm not pressing or putting out judgy comments, or just being like that towards other people or strangers or other businesses. Everyone lives their lives, the way that they choose to live. And this is the way that I choose mine. Respect my path and I'll respect yours. Respect my business and I'll respect yours. That's, the way that it has to be. We have to be there for each other. And whether, you have faith or not, God knows Jesus didn't walk with everyone that was, perfect. He walked with the rebels. He walked with the ones that were the sinners. So that's where I'm trying to be. I know that my blessing and what I'm supposed to do in my life is to help people. And I'm going to continue to do that by expressing my faith and being a businesswoman. And are those people behind you?
See, and it's so funny. Remember I said I got to get on my phone and I've got to get on my phone. Well, I'm in my kitchen and I forgot. I sit right down where these peacocks are right behind me on the wall. And I'm sitting here looking behind me going, oh my God, there's peacock. So again, I'd never ever really come in my kitchen and do a call. And yeah, so again, I really am a firm believer of that as well, because 6 years ago when I started my business the first time, I just fell flat because someone told me that if I was going to have God in it, it wasn't going to go anywhere. And I was just like, well, then I can't do it. If it's not faith-based, if I can't take God with me into this business because it's his business, then I don't want to do it. But I knew it, and I'm like, God, well, if this is what you want me to do, why do people not get it? Why is every time I say something to someone, it's like they're shutting the door in my face, like they don't understand. And so finally, this year is when it dawned on me that until you walk in your ministry, until you wholeheartedly own what it is that I have given you, it's not going to work. And when I just stepped out and was like, okay, God, I'm done trying to hide what it is that you've given me. I'm done trying to pretend like, this isn't what's in me. And when I did that, he started opening the doors. And like they said, the floodgates of heaven seemed like they just started pouring in. And I've been able to meet exciting, wonderful people like yourself that are on this mission to bring people closer to God and to each other. And I think that's what it's about. It's about a connection. And nothing lasts unless it's through Christ. And I think we understand that and we recognize that. And our businesses are going to thrive because of that. So, I mean, there are a lot of businesses out there that are faith-based that we don't tend to hear about because they go under the radar. But I think it's time that they start coming to the forefront, because with everything that's going on in the world today, we need some substance that we can hold on to. And I feel comfortable talking to someone that has that faith, that understands where the strength comes from, that understands that there is hope in this world and that we can make it through. Because I've heard so many people that are just like, oh, well, I don't know what's going to happen. Who cares? Whatever. And it's like, you're going to fall thinking that way. So I salute you for standing firm on your faith and bringing that into your business and recognizing that.
Thank you. And I agree with what you're saying. We need love in this world, our acceptance in this world. There is just so much around. And I think if we were more who we are as people and our mistakes, but also our accomplishments. I mean, it's just, the world would just be a better place. We need the light right now. The light in businesses
absolutely.
right now. So many are struggling and don't know what to do. It's having faith. It's trusting in that, you know, it's all my and he's gonna be there first.
Bear with us for just a minute. We'll get her back. But it's so good to be able to talk to other faith-based people. And all of us have God in us because he created us. And so there's no reason to ever think that we can do anything outside of God because he's always with us no matter what. She's coming back. Give us just a second. Leanne, if you can hear me, turn your camera on. I believe it's off. Let's see. You're coming back. She should be back in a minute. Are you there? Can you hear me? I can see you okay. All right, yeah. And see, you know what I always say, the enemy likes to get busy when we're talking about some good stuff.
That's true. That is the truth right there. That is true. And in business too, he will try and bring you down.
Yeah.
And you have to stay strong.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's so many obstacles that we have been through and just take us down and it's just staying strong, really knowing in your heart why you're doing it and keeping that in your heart. It's up and down. It's like, you don't know, it's a roller coaster. It's not just easy peasy. It's like not there isn't as many business owners as there could be. It's about having the faith and just moving through it and working through it.
Absolutely. You know, I've heard people say, you know, sometimes you've got to do this or you got to do that or you need to change this. And no, you said it perfectly. You have to be transparent and you have to be authentic to who you are and stand firm in what you believe because it's your business. He gave it to you. He didn't give the vision to someone else. And so, you know, it's not what they see in it. It's what he's given to you to bring to fruition. And so I always say, don't ever let someone change what you have. Now, someone can give you advice, they can mentor you or coach you. And if you've got a good coach, they're going to help you bring that vision to life. They're not going to try to change your path.
It's true, though. And that's one of the biggest reasons.
Well, you see that? You see how the enemy gets busy? You see how he tries to deter you when you are on a good path? If we were talking about nothing, this would be going smooth. But that's okay. We're going to get through this because there's some good stuff we're talking about.
That's right. Every time, right?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So, yeah, like I was saying, you know, having mentors is a very vital thing in a business. We've had mentors with our roofing business, and I know I wouldn't have even thought of opening up a market business if it wasn't for that mentor. Just like you said, it's not that he tried to change us. He tried to bring vision to light, and he talked us through it. He gave us the steps to get to where we needed to go. I completely and firmly believe that every person needs or someone to just look to for advice, because you don't just wake up knowing how complete. That's just not reality. We aren't really taught that when we're children, unless you're from an entrepreneur family, but it's not taught those certain things. So it's like working out and wanting to become fit so you don't hire a trainer. Same thing, hire a mentor or a coach for your life. It works the same exact way. You learn how to use different tools in your life to help you expand and grow. It's the best thing ever.
It is. It is. And I believe I call it accountability partners. You know, you need someone that will help you to keep going and to push through and to just be there and have your back sometimes when you feel like you don't want to go on. And it's not that you can't go on, it's just the fact that I need somebody speaking that encouragement into my life and cheering me on. And we all, you know, we all want to get a pat on the back. Our creator, he wants to be praised, right? And he made us in his image. And so if we're in his image, then we are like him in that fact that it feels good when we're being uplifted and when we are being told good job. Often we don't get that, especially from people that are closest to us.
Yes.
Tell us about how that might have looked like at a time in your life when you were trying to get things going and you maybe felt like you didn't have the support that you thought you needed.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest obstacle being a business owner is to accept that there are people the way that they support celebrity brands like Nike or, you know, Apple getting the newest iPhone and sharing it. I mean, you think that, oh, well, they're going to support me because we're family, because, you know, we're family. Mm-hmm. But in reality, that's not how it works in business. That's not how it really goes. A lot of people don't really see.
All right, hang in there with us because this is good. It's good to be encouraged and it's good to hear other people that have been through it. So if you are thinking of starting a business or if you have a business and you feel like you're not being uplifted or encouraged the way that you want, it's okay. Continue to keep pushing forward. Continue to keep doing what it is that you were called to do because you were called for this purpose that you've been given. Uh-oh. There you go. We're gonna make it through this. We are going to make it through this call.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Like I was saying, you know, with family, a lot of the time you get better support from strangers than you would your family. And I think, I don't know exactly why. There can be many reasons why, but a lot of people, you know, they just don't imagine that the closest people to them are going to do better than and to them, like, we may not think, hey, we're doing better than you, we're just doing us, but they may not look at it that way. Everyone has such a different perception of people's lives, and we can watch this exact movie and I could have perceived it differently than another person. So I look at the other side, what they may be thinking, but it's just kind of sad how little support you can receive in friends rather than from strangers. I want to delete everyone and just add all strangers to my Facebook so I can get the support that I like. That is business. There's ups and downs, and sadly, that's one of the downs of it. You never know the support will come in. You pray about it and you say, "Hey, God, this is something needed in my life right now to push forward and go forward." I fully believe He's going to place those people in your life to support you. The biggest thing as well is using your voice and saying something about it. If you don't say something about it, people may not realize how they're acting to you. Some people may not realize that they're not supporting you, that they are, but they're just not realizing it. So you have to have that conversation in the same exact way. Then some people just need to be removed. And it doesn't mean for time so that you can collect your thoughts and move forward to what you need, and they hopefully can do the same thing. Yeah. Business owners are full of tough decisions. It is not easy.
Yeah, you know, since I've been doing this platform, I've talked to people in Canada, in Dubai, in Texas, in California, in Las Vegas, in New York, and I can count the people that I've got to talk to in my own hometown. And so, and I don't even feel like that they'll support, that they don't support you. I just think even when I answered my call to ministry, it was like I was scared to tell people that because I didn't think that they would believe me that, okay, we know you or whatever, but you don't know what God has done for me. Yeah. You don't know the change that he's put in my life. You don't know the walk that I've had to endure. And a lot of times people see me and they think that, oh, you're always smiling, you're always happy, nothing ever goes wrong for you. And I'm like, oh my God, I wish you really knew some of the things that I had to endure. Things really don't come as easy for me as it may seem, but just like now, I'm trying to get through this live and it won't allow us to, but it's okay. Because that's how things happen. But for whoever's watching, I hope that you are understanding that no matter what it is that you are called to do, just do it. Don't worry about who is for you or who even is against you. Because if God is for you, who could be against you? And know that all things are possible through Christ. Know that your strength is in Christ and your help comes from the Lord. So don't look to the hills or anywhere else because there's only one place that your help can come from, and that's the Lord himself. There she is.
Yeah. Hey, girl, it happens.
It does. And
this is life.
There was a time that I would have there was a time I would have cried by now. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. But you know what? Things happen. And I said, that's why I like having a business at home because I've got kids. They run in and out the house. They yell. They do crazy stuff. I can't take them to a job where that's going to happen, but this is my business. This is your business, And so let's go into that. Let's talk about being a mom in this business world.
Yes. So that is actually one of the biggest blessings is being able to work from home, but also as a business owner, being able to bring my kids around and allow them to be in the environment of it, but also allowing our team members' kids to come around and see what they're doing. We welcome children all the time. If something happens and the daycare can't, have your kid or, things happen all the time. I think it's better to have your kids around than, stressing about it or missing work or whatnot. But it's just showing the real life from the beginning. A lot of our followers of our roofing company know how many kids I have. And the reason is they're hesitant. Yes, it can be frustrating. Yes, it can be crazy at times, but there was this one time where my daughter's on video with me and she totally farted. And I was like, what the heck? Are you kidding me? And she's all laughing and cracking up. And I was so embarrassed. This was in the beginning of me even doing live. My face beat red and I was like, really just happened. But so many people talked about that afterwards. They're like, that is fantastic. That is great. And then I have 3 boys and another one of my boys, I was on a live call, talking and everything. And then right on the side of me, because I'm outside, one of my boys starts going pee. And I was like, okay, this is mom life. And I told them, I was like, my son is peeing right now. And but this is what's going on in my life. This is real. I am a mom and I'm just trying to do the best that I can. And that's all we can do. You just do it. It's hard, definitely hard. I think about things that I could have done when I was single and no kids or anything. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I could have accomplished more. But in reality, my kids are who push me to do more. That's the reason why I want to own businesses and do what I'm doing to help people. Before my kids, I didn't really care. I wasn't, the best person in my past. I wasn't always like you. I had to go through obstacles. It has not been an easy journey for me. Even being in a male-dominated industry, it's been difficult, but you do it. I know that I want to be an example to my kids. I want to show them, what, no matter what background you come from, who you are, like it's as long as you work hard and you are a good person on the inside and you have faith, you're going to be as successful as any celebrity out there, any entrepreneur. You're going to reach heights that even my family, never do. You just have to be an example. I try to be the best example that I can be for my kids, because otherwise I'd just be doing it for nothing, because I'm not doing it for money. The money comes and goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I started this platform, it was so funny because I don't like, I love to talk to people and to engage, but being on camera is a whole different ball game. And crazy stuff happens and things go wrong and you look weird sometimes. And I'm just like, I just really don't want to do that. And I got challenged to do videos. And so then I'm in the shower and the Lord put this in my spirit to do this platform. And the platform is geared towards people like us, everyday people that have issues, that have families, that go to games and drop their kids off and and go to church and have friends and just regular people. And every time I reach out to someone, it's hilarious because they go, well, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. I don't like talking in front of people. And, I don't really have that status. And I'm like, no, you have exactly the status that I want, because I want real, transparent, everyday people that knows what it's like to go through things. And so I'm in school right now and I had to write a paper about internet businesses. And it's so funny that this keeps coming up. But so it was write about a business that on the internet that you can compare to other businesses, and why. What do you think that business offers opposed to another? Well, I wrote about this platform, and I wrote about other platforms that are hosted by celebrities that exploit people, that don't talk about the issues, but only try to tear people down with those issues instead of build them up. And I go, this is what the difference is. I'm talking to real life, everyday people that go through things, that have come out of things, and that understands that this is life. They're not obsolete to what's going on around them, and they want to see real change in the world. These are the celebrities. These people that come on this platform are the celebrities, And my nephew, he wrote this paper in school. He's in college too. He wrote this paper about heroes, and he was talking about heroes at the grocery store that's reaching up on a shelf, that's getting something for the little lady that can't get it. And then he talked about sisters and brothers that are there for you just when you need someone to talk to, or aunts and uncles that invite you into their house and feed you and teach you things. Those are the real life heroes. Those people need to be celebrated, and that's what makes you a celebrity. It's not about fortune or fame, because that stuff, like you said, it can come and go. But what's inside of you, how kind you are. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's this is time to have that conversation, because a lot of people, with COVID, these celebrities aren't much health workers. It's the policemen. It's everyone else who brought light to the normal, everyday people who are really the true heroes that are around. So now is the conversation to talk about, you and me and other business owners like us, or bringing to light everyday people, because those are the truths. They really, really are.
Yeah. Yeah. And they work hard. And like you said, that the people that are protecting our neighborhoods and that are protecting the citizens and that are going to court each day fighting for the rights of others. And, it's not always about a crime or something bad happening. There are good things that happen that those people are stepping in to make a difference. And you don't get to see that kind of stuff. So hopefully you and I can be a spark that changes that right now.
Exactly. That's all we could hope for.
Absolutely. Well, before we go, I want you to just talk a little bit more about your business, what you do, how people can get a hold of you, what type of people you are looking to work with, and what it takes for them to come and work and come and get you as a coach.
Yes. So what I do is a marketing agency, and so I coach other business owners on how social media is the new era of how the best way to go now. It's just so different from connect with people like you and I. group and being connected with others over the world, you couldn't be able to allow yourself be known to others around the world without social media and social media marketing. So what I offer is coaching packages, but I also offer I also offer full service packages. I started doing that after I kind of started my agency. Reason being is I know that some business owners just don't have the time to do social media marketing, and they don't have the time to be consistent. That's the biggest thing, is consistency. Some people just don't like being on video. I have learned that even though it's the most beneficial thing to go live and just show you and show your face, a lot of people don't like to do it. So that is what I like to offer. I mean, there's a lot more details that go in. But if you are ever interested, run and own K Socialized Media. I can put it in the comments below after this. And you just reach out to me, shoot us a message, and I can give you details on everything that's needed. I work with people all over the country. That's the best thing about virtual now, is you're able to work from anywhere and personal as if we were in person. So that's what I offer. I like to also be there as a business because I have helped our roofing company become very successful. So I like to see other business owners become just as successful. My goal is to help others and help, hopefully help somebody.
Okay. I think our weather is what's getting bad around here because the wind is blowing really hard too. So I think that has a lot to do with our connection. But if you can hear me
all the time.
If you would leave your information in the comments, and then I'll also link it on my website, so that way anybody that's looking for your contact, I'll be able to connect them with you, because I know you've got a lot of great information that you want to share with everyone. Thank you so much, everybody that was able to tune in. I will get this video downloaded, and once I get it downloaded, we'll edit it out and we'll get it fixed, so that way we can put it up and let you see all the good information that Leanne was able to share with us today. She has really been a great source of information, and she's also been an inspiration as far as talking about the Lord and her business. You don't often get that very much, but it's an awesome thing when you can talk to someone that is on that level of understanding of who they are and why they are. So thank you again for joining us tonight. Leanne, if you would leave your information in the comments. And like I said, I'll even put a link on my website so that way people can connect with you. I believe that networking is what we're supposed to be doing, and connecting one another. And so no matter what, I feel like we can all pour into each other. We can learn from each other. And if I can't help someone, maybe you can, or vice versa. And so there's someone for everyone out there that can fulfill a need that they have. So thank you for joining in. And always, always, always remember, you were created with a purpose. God bless and good night. Leanne, hang out with me for a minute, just a minute.